Hey traders, I wanted to touch on a few good trades we had today. Some nice core positions that we got to realize some gains on, long bonds, copper. But let's just talk global macro real quick. So I still think, leaning a little bit long here, gold, but just being patient. This one really hasn't moved much today, but it actually trades pretty well if you consider the move that the dollars had this week and last. So I continue to think that this is all about whether we're going to hold the 200 or we're going to take one more leg lower to pi, which again is that June support area right in front of 1200. So I'm just hanging out small long there, out of the money. Nothing really to report there actually. What I really wanted to touch on was copper as far as the metals go. So this is the daily chart, and you can see every time we get high within the cycle, pi is this dashed blue line. We've just been in a bear market, but this is really actually looking like it's about to break a lot lower. Just based on this real money candle here, I think we're going to test 205 level again. If you break that, 206, 207, then maybe we can actually trade to new lower lows on the weekly. It's certainly a possibility. I mean, the strength of the dollar growth continues to slow. So we're short there, but we did cover some stuff pretty well today. And I'll show you the reason why. You can see how oversold we are on the RSI on the hourly. And then the 4-hour cycle, it's the same thing. Very low within the cycle, very oversold as far as price. So you needed to book some gains. We had two covers there. Now I'm just short a small piece. So you want to sell rallies on the hourly and 4-hour in copper. Oil, we're still waiting to kind of really hit this thing. I did sell a piece late, so I sold a good chunk Friday and I stopped out on it, and then I just resold a little bit today on this bounce on the hourly. So I'm still waiting. I want to buy some more puts. I'm just not sure if we're going to get one more squeeze. I like how strong the dollar is. I don't think oil's got much further to go on the upside. All this talk of freeze and cut, freeze versus cut, Russia and OPEC. I mean, it's all noise. Alright, so it sounds to me like those guys, Russia will cut if everybody else does first. I mean, usually want to fade that story, that headline every time. So still being patient on oil. The bond market, let's talk about ultras. This contract will absolutely fly around. There's huge points in this thing. But we just covered, I only shorted two contracts up here back at the end of September. And I covered one with the low of the cycle when it crossed, short at the top of the cross of the cycle, cover at the bottom. And then this is a swing line setup. I call, and I teach this in my coaching, we teach this in the training. But when you look at the lower highs, okay, this creates a swing line. Each high of the previous candle, each candle is lower than the previous highs, the highs of the previous candle. And if you connect all those, it creates what I call a swing line. And today was the first day that we actually closed above the prior day's high, so I just trailed out on that. It was a good short, right? And the reason for why we shorted there, I've been talking about on these videos for a while. Broke the bands and long bonds. We actually held 30s. This is ultras, is even further out the curve, but 30s held the 200, and then I said the move was back to the 30-day, which is descending. So what I was saying in long bonds, the call was you broke here, get the move to the 200. That happened. Then the 200 went into a range. You broke above this intermediate term range. I said the next move is probably back to the 30, which is this descending blue line. And that's exactly what we got. And then from there, you can see that the bands rolled over and the 30 is now then descending. So that's indicative of a bearish downtrend. So you can play a short there, intermediate term, and that's what I did in ultras. Okay? Boom. cycle crossed, short, cover, cover. All right, so that was a nice trade today. And then the other one I had some questions on today was the Russell. So again, this is a long-term core short for me that we established back in August. And the idea of this one was, look, growth is slowing. We're late in the cycle. The economic cycle peaked last year. Growth was the first to roll over. The high beta small cap names, they got hit really hard in, December, January. They actually bottomed in February, and I think this was a bounce to lower highs, lower long-term highs, right, relative to last year. So I wanted to start leaning short, building a core long-term short, and my risk was going to be above these highs, and I don't think we're going to see those highs again. I think the next move is back towards these lows, maybe even lower lows. So I'm playing a long-term short in the Russell, and very patient. I mean, I haven't been in and out on this like some of the other pairs. I should have been shorting up here, obviously. Lots of opportunities at the top here. But I was also playing a short in S&Ps. So I'm flat S&Ps. This is what I've been using for my long-term short. And then we broke the lower lows today and yesterday. So I've been covering that piece. I'm just small short now, and I'll resell that on a bounce. Hopefully back here towards 1237, 1240. It really just depends on what the cycles brings me. We're pretty low on the daily, so it's the right thing to cover down here. The 4-hour cycle, pretty low within the cycle when I covered. You can see we're oversold as far as price. All right, so short the Russell, and then I'm playing along the Dow against it. All right, so this is kind of a long short approach. I haven't bought the Dow in a long time. The last time I bought the Dow was back here. We were oversold in September. So I just added to that position. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Because I'm a little bit more bearish the overall U.S. stock market. You can see that pi is rolling over. Look at this, guys. The Dow failed at pi on the 4-hour twice. I mean, that's just beautiful. That's the discovery I made. That's why we use it. I mean, that's just textbook. Doesn't get any better than that. So anyway, I'm a little bit more bearish the overall market now, so I'm just nibbling on. When we get really oversold, I'll nibble small. And that was a good buy this morning. Pretty much bought near the lows. And then if we bounce up, I'll sell some out. So my average is down here, 17,987. It's a very small position, and I'll trade that around against my short Russell. So overall, good day, guys. Just to highlight some results. This gold trade is small. We're just out of the money there. Copper, we had a nice day. Short cattle, that's just a small position, but that's been another good trade. Here's the Russell today. Ultras, we've actually made over 10 grand just being short those ultras. Today, if you remember the chart, we popped up. So today it was down. I closed out that position, but that was worth over 10 grand. That just those two contracts that I highlighted earlier when we sold up there near the 30. All right, and then the long bond had a nice pop today, so we're in the money there. I think there's a lot more to come in bonds, especially if stocks take another leg lower. So we'll see, but overall, decent day. All right, so listen, if you guys want to learn to trade this model, I'm starting what I call my select group of traders. It's going to be a select team, the Jenkins trading model, and it's a team I'm building. But this program is going to come out, and right now I have the Real Alerts product, so you have all our trades, day trade, swing trade, across multiple markets. Right? It's really cheap, 150 bucks a month. I mean, I was going to show you guys today alone, just the day trade we had on the pound versus the yen. I mean, if you have a small Forex account, we made $400 or $500 bucks. Guys that were following me in there. So this service pays for itself basically in one morning of trading. All right, but the full access product, well, let me just show you guys. This is the active trader group, right? So this was this morning, 7:15. This is us starting our pound versus yen trade. This is what I mean. All right, you can see at the end of the alerts, here was our copper cover. All right, that's copper. There's long bonds. Obviously, I'm talking about what we want to do from here, where our risk is. All right, this is our day trade, second ad of the morning. Ultras, I was talking about the ultra bond I just highlighted. See there, we were up $5 on this one remaining contract. All right. All right, guys, so this service is pretty unbelievable for the price. This is the same type of stuff I would charge literally institutions, sell side and hedge funds, 5,000-10,000 a month for. This is it's the same model. All right, and anyway, there was 23 alerts in here. All the ones we closed out are positive today. There's the Russell. All right, pound yen, $2,600 today. That's a swing trade position currently. All right, so this is at one point we were up 52 today, 40 open. All right, guys, so that's just the real-time alerts service here. You can find that at jenkinsrm.com, jenkinsrm.com. But the full access product, this is what I'm excited about. We're just starting this program. You can sign up today. I'm going to really market it and go out with it hard next week. But it's the team of traders I've wanted to build. So both independent traders and then professional traders also. So it's going to be a 24/7 room here. I'm not always going to be in there, obviously. But anybody that's on this team is going to go through my training on the model. Okay, so live interaction, that's where all the teaching is going to be. That's where we're going to be trading, catching all these moves, global macro. And it's going to be a select group. So if you want to learn more about that, again, visit the site and I'll contact you. It's not going to be open to everybody. I just can't work with everybody. This is going to be a tight group. So, and then we have the trade the open. That's going to be twice a week. You can see that price is there for that also. All right, guys. So visit the site. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I may or may not do another video. And if not, I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Have a great night.